Hi, my name is Marta Quintana and welcome to my kitchen. You know, I cook Cuban all the time, but when I'm not cooking Cuban, I love cooking Italian or French or Asian. Today, I'm gonna make you an amazing recipe that my friend Ricardo, who owns Sotto Sopra restaurant in Baltimore, taught me how to make. It is the Northern Italian way of making eggs Benedict with great, simple ingredients that is gonna create a fabulous dish. Let me show you. For this dish, you're gonna need very, very fine grained polenta, a little bit of kosher salt, Parmigiano Reggiano, my favorite. I could just eat this. Some shaved fresh fennel, some freshly ground black pepper, some balsamic vinegar, a very favorite of mine, some chicken stock, 2 cups, and 2 cups of whole milk. Oh, and yes, don't forget the eggs. The fresher, the better. Then we also have our prosciutto di Parma and some sliced Parmigiano Reggiano. First, we're going to get rid of the prongs. You don't need them. And then you just want to cut off the edge. And what I do is I cut it in half. Then I take my Japanese mandolin. So just take your fennel, your bulb, and just run it through the blade. See that? That's done. And it took, what, 2 minutes. So we've got our fennel shaved. I'm going to add a little bit of salt to the fennel. I'm going to douse it with a little bit of balsamic vinegar. Let it hang out, let them get to know each other, and they're going to taste great. So now we're just going to prep our parsley. I've already cut off the stems. I just have the leaves. Just bunch it up. I take my knife. Be careful. Tuck in those fingers and just do a rough chop. Our next step is to cook the polenta. Now, the polenta is going to take about 2 hours. You're going to say, oh my gosh, but no, this is totally the secret to this dish. When the polenta is done and you cut it into discs, it's going to taste like flan, like a custard. So follow me over to the stove and I'm going to teach you how to make this amazing polenta. Come with me. We're going to cook this polenta the traditional way, copper pot, wooden spoon. So here is how we're going to get started. I've got my 2 cups of chicken stock and that is going to go into a pot with a medium heat on it. Then we pour the whole milk, 2 cups as well. There it goes. Now I'm going to add my super fine polenta and you just want to add it in a little bit at a time. Stir as you're adding it in so it doesn't form lumps, and it's going to be a very slow simmer and stir. Now the butter. I cut mine up so that it will melt easier. So I've added all my ingredients and I am doing it at a very low heat. It's going to take a while for it to start becoming creamy and wonderful and custardy, or like my daughter Inez's flans. So look what I have here. I took some aluminum foil strips and I made them into little circles. So here's my little secret. My grandma taught me this. You put a little bit of vinegar inside of each ring. And this is your normal white vinegar. There you go, just a little drop will do you. Now make sure that when you're poaching your eggs, you crack them into a little container so that you're not cracking them into your pot here. And be gentle, very nicely. Now you see the rings are going to contain the white and you're going to have a perfect poached egg. This is the finished product. I made this yesterday so that today I have no muss, no fuss. I let it come down to room temperature, then I put a plastic wrap straight against it, and then I put it in my refrigerator, and I'm going to cut it into 3-inch rounds. You will probably get about 6 out of here. See how easy that comes out? Perfect. Oh, I can smell the truffle oil. Just make sure that you have your dish thoroughly buttered or put some olive oil on it so that your polenta cakes come out perfect. So I'm going to sear my polenta cakes right now. See how beautiful they came up? You're going to caramelize them, then they're going to be nice and creamy on the inside like flan. So a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and I'm going to gently just pick one up with my hands and drop it in. I'm going to do about 3 at a time. That way I have enough space to finagle my spatula. You're going to take a couple minutes on each side to get them nice and golden brown. A little bit of caramelization, that's what I want. So my polenta is ready to plate. You see how beautiful and caramelized I have it seared? Next, I'm going to do my poached egg. Right on top. Ooh, see how beautiful that looks already? A little bit of my fennel that's been hanging out with the balsamic vinegar, and it's all nice and full of great flavors. Do a little bit of fresh ground black pepper on it. I'm going to drizzle just a little bit of the infused truffle oil. This is the piece of resistance. We're going to drape it with prosciutto and then some Parmigiano Reggiano on top, very generous as well. Then just for decorating purposes, some nice parsley all over it, and I'm going to finish the dish with a drizzle of extra virgin olive oil. Doesn't that look amazing? And it's going to be even better when you bite into it. I want the perfect bite, so I want a little bit of everything. Oh, this is amazing. The polenta is nice and custardy. Then you've got the poached egg, you've got the truffle oil dancing in the background, the balsamic, the crispiness of the fennel. My name is Marta Quintana. Thank you so much for watching. This was Marta's Table. Next time you have guests over, make this dish. You're going to wow them and it's going to make you a star.